There's a feature on one app that processes close to $1 trillion a year in transactions. It is not Amazon, it is not the App Store, it is a feature inside a messaging app, and most people in the West have never even heard of it. This is WeChat. Over 1.4 billion people use it every month, mostly in China. But WeChat isn't just for messaging. Buried inside it are what's so-called mini programs, tiny apps that live inside WeChat. No download required, order food, book a doctor, pay your electricity bill, shop, book a taxi, all without ever leaving the app. Here's what makes this wild. Mini program e-commerce alone does close to $1 trillion RMB a year, roughly $1.4 billion US dollar, just from shopping. That's on top of ride services, food delivery, banking, everything else running through the same feature. Now imagine if you download just the Uber app, the DoorDash app, and your banking app separately. They were all just inside iMessage. That's basically what's WeChat become for over 1 billion people. So why doesn't this exist in the West? Part of it is habit and trust. Western users are used to separate apps for separate things. An app store like Apple's and Google have long dominated software distribution. China's mobile internet leapfrogged straight into an all-in-one super app model instead, partly because so many users skip credit cards entirely and jump straight into mobile payments. But here is where it gets interesting. Someone in the West is actually trying to build this. Elon Musk's X Money fully launched just a few weeks ago. You can hold a balance, send money to any handle, even get a metal debit card. Elon's own words. He wants X to become America's WeChat. But here's a puzzle nobody really solved yet. Payment. Tencent isn't just a tech company. It is one of the biggest payment companies on earth. Same with Alipay's parents, Ant Group. That dominance took over a decade to build, on top of generations of Chinese consumers who skip credit cards altogether. X is entering a market where PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, and traditional banks are already deeply entrusted and entrenched. So the real question is, can you actually become a super app in the West without owning a payment the way Tencent and Ali do? Or is this more like a real good feature bolted onto a social app rather than the foundation of the entire ecosystem? If you are a business thinking about entering Asia or watching what's happened with X right now, this is the same lesson either way. You can't assume commerce works the same way everywhere. In China, a huge amount of it live inside a mini program, not standalone apps. Understanding where the money and the attention actually flow into a market is half the battle of getting go-to-market right. I would genuinely love to hear what you think. Drop in the comment, is X actually on a path becoming a super app, or payments infrastructure something you just can't bolt it on after the fact? This is the exact kind of gap that I dig into here. So stick around.